Alright, so I got a little update on the robbery of my truck. I met Ace Hardware the other day, and this guy I know, really just on Facebook, comes walking up to me and says, "Hey Fitz." I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" He says, I was talking to a buddy of mine, or a buddy of mine texted me this morning, and let me show you what his text read. So I read the text, and it says, "Hey, you know that John Fitzgerald guy that got robbed the other day? I'm sitting at a bar right now listening to this kid at the other end of the bar bragging about hitting all those houses on his street, and his name came up. So I now know who the kid is, and he is a kid, young kid, probably, I don't know, early 20s. And he is a heroin addict. I don't know if he's an addict, but I know he does heroin. So I have his name, I have his address. I've been driving through the neighborhood waiting until I can see him so I can ask him some questions. I'd love to call the cops on him and have the cops go deal with him, but they're not doing anything. They're just not doing anything about this crap. So I don't know if I'm going to hand him over to the police, conscious or unconscious, but at any rate, I will find him, and he will be going to the police for questioning. After all that's said and done, hey Jojo. After that all said and done, I gotta go do oil changes again. I did oil changes on 3 trucks the other day when I made the last video, and now I'm going to do an oil change on my boat. We're going away for the weekend, and it's the second last trip that we're going on, so before I put it away for the winter, I'm going to do the oil change today. There's theory on the changing of the oil of the boats. I'd like to get your opinion on it. First of all, you change the oil in your boat once a year, it's pretty much overkill. I use my boat quite a bit, but most people don't use their boat for more than, 60 or 70 hours a year, you know what I mean? So, and especially now with today's oils, you don't really need to change your oil that often. But I do. I change it once a year, and I usually change it in the spring. But this spring I didn't. I decided not to. Oh, come on, you gonna go, buddy? I decided not to change it in the spring because I was going on the theory of a friend of mine. He says that changing the oil in the fall is better because of the acidity level in the oil at the end of the season is higher than, just fresh oil. So he says you don't want your boat to be sitting there with old oil in it all over the winter, because the acid will eat into the bearings or whatever. I don't know about that theory or not, but we're going to go with it. So hang on, I'll be right back. I have a remote filter here, so I just put an oil rag underneath the filter and on the floor here, and spun the old one off and made a huge mess, but everything was contained and it's good. And then I have one of these $29 oil suckers that I got from West Marine, and it just goes right down the dipstick hole. You pump that lever about 6 or 7 times and it slowly fills up. I didn't run the motor that long, so the oil's still a little bit thick. Usually it fills up a lot quicker than that, but each one of these deals is like a quart. So once I get to just about here, it'll be full, and then I can put in the new oil and move on to the next engine. But yeah, that's it. So just down here doing the oil changes. And there was another update I wanted to tell you about the robbery. I put in, I can't remember the name of it. Hot Shots Stiction Eliminator, Stiction something or other. Green bottle, I forgot the name of it. I'll probably just put it right here. Yeah, Stiction Eliminator. It's Hot Shots Stiction Eliminator. Use the whole it comes in a 2-quart bottle. I used the whole deal for the 6-liter engine, and I got to be honest, since I put it in there, I didn't really have too much hope for it, because as soon as I fired up the engine, it was, you know, sputtering and, you know, not running on all 8 cylinders, knocking off and shuddering and shaking. But now I've driven it probably, I don't know, 100, maybe 100 miles, and it seems to be working. I'm running on all 8 cylinders, motor's nice and smooth, but only time will tell. It still starts a little bit hard. I don't know if that has to do with the injectors or not, but I didn't get to make that appointment to go to Ford to have the truck looked at, but I'm going to. So this weekend I'll just keep driving it and see how it is on Monday, and then make the appointment, and hopefully we're okay. Hopefully I was just being paranoid, or if somebody did put something in the tank, the Hot Shots stiction eliminator got it off of the injectors, and we're good to go. But anyways, that's it. So this thing is just about to be full. I think I gotta go right about there. Is right around 6 quarts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so right in there, because I'm probably not exactly 6 quarts. Yeah, so then that's that. I'm gonna do the other engine, and then we're good. So yeah, not too much to show you on changing the oil on these engines. Just I got myself some that oil absorb mat, works good, and I got myself some shop rags, and just if you keep everything clean, you know, I was able to put a rag underneath here and drop the filter down onto it. Keep everything nice and clean, you should be good to go. And alright, there it goes. Panel's dropping down, and I got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5 quarts, maybe just a little bit more, and that's pretty much average for this thing. So moving on to the next one. Alright, before I close up shop, I noticed I got water gushing in. I don't know if you can see it or not. Coming off. Coming out of that hose right there. So I'm looking for the clamp, and it's right there, broken. So I gotta go to the hose clamp for this hose, tighten that back up, and then we should be good. But I'll show you how that turns out. Okay, so yeah, when I was doing the oil, I heated up, you know, I ran the motors for a couple minutes to heat up the oil, and I noticed that C-strainer had some spray on it. So I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. And if you remember my last video, I did the impeller and the water pump, and there was water on top of that pump. So I thought, okay, well maybe the weep hole is bad on it, meaning the bearing's gonna go out soon. But then I shut the motor off, and then there was water up on top of the belt, and I noticed there was water all over the top of the water pump. So I thought that weep hole there was going. But then after further inspection, I look and I see where it's coming from, and I don't know if I can get it out, but I lost the clamp here. Okay, I'm gonna need 2 hands, but hang on 1 second. So there it is. This thing broke. I don't know where the other part of it went, but it continued. It's probably down in the bilge somewhere. Broke off here. Unless, I don't think, hang on a second, look at it. I suppose the hose is that small. Anyways, it broke, and I have some spares, so I gotta go dig one out. Okay, well, there it is. Not this one. That one. That's the head of it right there. One on this pipe there. I just got these little rubber tabs here. I have the one for the end of that. I just got to put that on. So let me go fire this thing up and see if we fix the leak. Alright, so that did it. We are now leak free. And this is why I always, when I mentioned in my last video of the docking tips, is why you really need to get into the bilge and check out what's going on down there before you take it out. I'm guilty. I don't do it every single trip. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I do it every big trip. We got the Erie Canal right across the river from me, and it's literally leave the marina, I'm on plane for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, back off plane, and then it's 5 miles an hour into this place that I always go to. So I'm not usually checking it when we're just doing that, but since I'm going on a trip for a little bit here, you really got to get in the bilge and see what's going on down there, and just make sure that you're gonna arrive safe. So I know this was just a dumb oil change video, but hopefully it helps some of you guys out there. And again, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.